So let's start at the base, at what coding agents are built on. And these are LLMs. LLMs for large language models. And in the base or the beginning of LLMs, they are what is known as generative AI. They came in to generate text. And it really at the heart, what LLMs are doing are predicting what are the next words that they need to say. So you tell them something and they say, oh, okay, we looked at a lot of sentences that people are doing that are similar to what you're asking. So we're going to answer something like that. There's not really thinking behind that. You can argue with me later on about the meaning of thinking. It's going very philosophical, but two things are built in. One is that it is always going to be random. This is how LLMs are built. There's randomness. Even if you make the temperature very cold, it's still, there is some randomness built inside. The next thing is that they are going to generate something. And that's why sometimes they just talk nonsense, but they will generate something. There are a lot of guardrails and a lot of improvement about adding logic and giving them even the ability to say, I don't know, which is rare, but happens. But, it's rare in us humans as well, so maybe it's okay. But still, these two things are there all the time. And some people say that this is like a slot machine, right? So every time you tell the agent what to do, it's like pulling a slot machine. Some code will come out and some not. And they're very effective because we are very repetitive, both in text when we talk and, of course, in code. And that's why they're very, very effective at generating code because they've seen a lot of code. In code, we'd like to think that we're very unique, but we are very, very repetitive. As for the logic, so this came out, I think, 3 weeks ago. Someone asked Opus 4.6, I want to wash my car, and if the car wash is only 200 feet away. Should I start my car and drive, or should I walk? And Opus told them, just walk. It's better for you. This is an example of, you see that there's no real reasoning or logic behind it. And they're patching that. Like every time someone finds things like that, the new versions that come out usually have some logic to cover that and doing other things. And there's a lot of research to add things, but from time to time, you'll see these things. And it's okay with this. For this one, it's pretty obvious that, this is a mistake and we shouldn't do that. But when it comes to code, sometimes these mistakes are much more subtle and really hard to catch. Another thing we need to think about is that these LLMs, they do not have memory. So when I ask it the question and it answers me, and then I ask another question, it will not remember the first question. What happened is there's something called the context that is always going back and forth, the whole conversation. So you start with one sentence, sending to the LLM, then it answered, then you ask another question, now 3 sentences or more are coming back, and more and more and more. And this context is growing. And the thing is that LLMs have an issue with big context. Even if the new ones say our context is really, really big, research showing that if you cross a threshold, their efficiency start to degrade. They start to focus more usually on the edges, and then you get results that are not that great. And you hear a lot of people talking today about context engineering. How can I supply the right context to the LLM for it to work? And this is something that, we're working on that. It's something that I'm still learning. I'm working with that. There are tools to limit the context and to tell the agent, look only at this part of the code or that part of the code. Because, if you have a huge code base, like 100 million lines of code, not 100 million lines of code, sorry, 100,000 lines of code, which is big, but not that big, it's going to eat up most of the context. And if every time you ask a question, it's going to scan the whole code base to find an answer, this is going to give you really bad results. So managing context is really important, and you always need to think of in the back of your mind, what can I do? Sometimes it's okay, when you're doing exploring and saying, this is a new code base, go over it and explain me the main things and what's happening there. It needs the whole context. But most of the time, when you actually want to do something specific, which has a meaning, you want to limit the context to only things that are meaningful.